I'm gonna get right to it.
Uncovering music by new and up-and-coming great artists.
And the Grammy goes to
The next big thing. This is Untouched Melodies.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him.
All right, welcome to the first episode of Untouched Melodies. It is a crazy year that's just gone by, but I have collaborated and made this happen because I am excited to get to know some great music. My first episode is with Benjamin Taylor. He's an amazing artist. We're going to get chatting in just a second, but just to let you know what's coming, we have new artists. We're basically trying to promote and really just show off their talent because Spotify and the new usual mediums are not giving them the credit they deserve. So we're going to learn a little bit about each artist. And of course, Benjamin is our first. So Benjamin, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm doing so good. It's so good to be here.
Dude, it is an exciting time. I am extremely excited just to talk to you, learn a little bit more about you. But for those who kind of don't know a little bit about your background, tell me like where all this kind of started for you, because your singles and your music are just incredible. But like, where did it all start?
So I was the kid at recess in elementary school where I would actually just be singing a cappella walking around. Like, you know, some kids are like playing football or like out on the playground. I had like a group of 2 friends that we would just be like singing Bruno Mars and like just walking around the school singing a cappella. And so I've always just loved music. Like it's just been a huge passion of mine. So I remember when I was in like 8th grade, I remember I wasn't really falling in love with any new songs. I was like, you know what? I feel like they're just playing the same songs on the radio every single day. I like these songs, but like I want some new music. And so finally I was like, you know what? I could just try to write a song. Like let's just try. And so I went to the piano. I just like played some easy, simple chords. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And I instantly, like, it was like, snap. I loved writing music. And then from that day on, I was writing song after song after song after song after song. I started going to recording studios. I started this studio, really awesome studio in Utah called Full Fidelity with my boy, Steve Phillips. He was such an amazing guitarist. I got introduced to him. And he was like, hey, like, let's produce an album. And I was like, sure. And I didn't know anything about releasing music. I didn't know anything about recording music. I didn't know anything about marketing music. I was just like, hey, like, I thought I had a record deal. Like, I thought I was like the next big thing. Right.
Right.
And so we start recording all these songs, and it took pretty much my high school experience recording these songs. And I remember it was so lucky and so blessed. But my first single ever called Where I Belong happened to get on Discover Weekly, which like, I didn't realize this at the time, but that's like a really big deal. Like when I was little, I was like, oh my gosh, like I got 30 people listening to me right now. Like my streams are going up to like 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. I was like, this is crazy. And like, I just thought it was normal. And so I didn't like really like understand how amazing that actually was until fast forward 8 years go by. And now I own my own recording studio. I'm doing the same stuff that Steve was helping me out with, and getting 100 streams a day is like a miracle.
Wow.
So anyways, that's a little bit about my backstory.
I'm just, you're the, just learning a little bit about your history and listening to your music and having chats with you and stuff. You're really the nice guy of music. You've got an amazing personality and people love working with you. And that's always something that, everyone I speak to, producers, everybody, it's like the biggest thing. It's having the right attitude. How do you stay motivated?
Honestly, I think it's just because it's all I've ever wanted. Like it's the thing that wakes me up in the morning. You know, it's the thing that I think about before I go to sleep. It's just that I feel the most peace. I feel the most love. I feel the most me when I'm making music. And so every spare second that I have, I want to be doing it. You know, it's something I want to do for the rest of my life. I think that's what really drives it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love creating, and this is how this whole podcast thing for me started. And
Yeah.
I say this every time. And the biggest thing for me when I listen to music is I like to connect with the artist. I like to kind of resonate with songs and stuff. And we're going to go through what I like to call Phil's top 5, right? And so I've had musical artists on my other podcasts, and this is what I love to do. And one of the things is kind of seeing your reaction when I tell you my top 5, because
I'm excited.
Not expected.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with one you did in 22, or it says it released in 22. When you created it, who knows, right?
Gotcha.
But it's Sweet Lies. Tell me a little bit about that track.
Oh, that is surprising, but I'll take that. So sweet. Do you want me to tell you like the whole story?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So I fell in love with this girl. She's really good. She's a really good person. I think she just made a mistake. You could say that I got cheated on.
Okay.
We were like, I would say that we were official. She would say otherwise.
Okay.
But she was messing around with other guys. Either way, she was messing around with other guys. You weren't on a break
like Ross and Rachel were.
We were not on a break. I think what hurt me the most was that I asked her if I was like the only one she was talking to, and then that she was dating, and she told me she was. She like promised, like, no, Ben, like I promise you're the only one. I love you. And then come to find out she was doing stuff with other guys at the same time. And like I know, right? But like I am such romantic that like that really, really hurt me. Like super. And I've never been like kind of betrayed like that, or just, lied to like that.
Right.
So we broke up, obviously. And that's this first song that came to my mind was, Sweet Lies. Like she keeps telling me sweet lies, and I wrote that song.
Well, one of the reasons why I like it, and I'm going to say this straight out of the gate, is it's very different from stuff that you've done. It's early in your musical career. And what I love to hear as I go through your catalog of music is the evolution of your creative process. And this is really you stepping outside the box of like a ballad and really kind of being angry a little bit. And so you can feel that in just the up tempo and all of that. So I'm gonna play that real quick. I'm not gonna play the whole song, just to give everyone a taster, because the idea of this is that you guys go out and listen to this. Wow, Joel Barbosa, thank you so much for joining in. Congratulations from Portugal. Look at that, dude. Portugal. Wow.
Allah to the international.
International, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we're going to kick this off. This is Sweet Lies.
But I don't wanna play no more. You get me off your line. I regret everything I did with you running away and giving me a kiss with a sweet lie. You couldn't be my perfect. You were always worth it. I did things for you for which I never thought I'd do. I had you higher than anything from your past. All I ever wanted was the same thing. You were my everything and I gave you time. Put you up running above my way of life. Turning love into tragedy with another reality, yeah. Baby, come close. Tell me sweet lies. Tell me sweet lies. Used to be my person, saw us in black and white. A hot summer day in July. We'd start off forever, don't you remember? But I don't wanna see you anymore, no. I don't wanna be friends. Why you going around saying I left? Cause I stay, and you had better things on a Friday. You were my everything that you knew too well. Tell me I wasn't one of your clients.
That's incredible, dude. I like it's one of the songs I listen to first, because I always start at the beginning of your catalog, mostly if I can find this stuff, because sometimes Spotify doesn't, it likes to hide things on you and you have to dig a little deeper. But this is pure breakup. This is like, you know what? If this was a hand sign, it would be flipping her off, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, deservedly so. It sounds like so. It's one of those. It's one of those things. So tell me a little bit about what the creative process is for you, because writing songs and everything is pretty huge. And is there some inspiration? Obviously, you kind of drew from life experience there, but when you're
Yeah.
sitting down to write a song, the recent stuff is kind of like, wow. And I love the reels. Like your wife is just sitting there and you're just going, hey, what do you think I should make today? And she's just like, a multi-platinum album would be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell me how that whole thing starts for you.
So this sounds so cliche, but honestly, it's all about the mood that I'm in going into the studio. So, for example, there's this song that I've been working on recently called Ride or Die. And originally, what's so funny is the first time I had the idea for the song, I was in a great mood. I had just woken up in my mother-in-law's house. I like woke up and I was like, she's my ride or die. Let me. I was like, oh, that's like really catchy. I was like, oh my gosh. So I recorded my voice notes. I like wanted it to be like a really fun, bumpy song. Time goes by. I'm like at the piano one day, a couple weeks later. All of a sudden, I'm like really incredibly sad. Ride or Die turns into the saddest song you've ever heard in your entire life.
Oh,
and it's
boy.
like about like it was at the time, it was about my wife like staying by my side through all the crap that I put her through. And she's like my Bonnie and I'm the Clyde, right? And so then like time goes by, a year now. Now I'm writing the song again and I'm in like in a really happy mood the last couple of days. And I completely changed the song. I was like, you know what? It's way too sad. It was supposed to be happy. I'm going to switch it to be happy. Had to rewrite the whole thing. And then now it's like really bumpy. And that sounds super generic. Like, oh yeah, it's just about my mood. But genuinely, like if I'm sad, there's no way I can make a happy song. Like there's no way.
Right.
And if I'm really happy, there's no way I can make a sad song.
And what comes first for you, the music or the lyrics?
It's different every time. Like, so Sweet Lies was the music first. So that song that we just heard, I remember I was really inspired by Baby Keem at the time. And there's this song by Baby Keem called 16. If you listen to that song and you listen to Sweet Lies, you'll be like, he was definitely enjoying this song when he made this song.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of similarities. Like I remember in the second half of the verse, Baby Keem put his synths up an octave. And I was like, oh, that's like such a cool difference. It's like I tried out my song, like, that's awesome. So I started out with the track, and then I really liked the little gunshots, like going back and forth on the like kind of panning.
Yeah.
So I did that.
That's what I love about the beginning. It's like it's kind of like a rat-a-tat in the beginning, and it's just like dude. The creativeness is it knows no bounds with you, but like that whole thing is just amazing to me. So like going forward, you know, you have your own studio, you have all this stuff. Like, is there something that you want to achieve from this other than stardom, obviously? But like as you write these tracks, I mean, the She Loves Me album, dude, I mean, I don't know what was going on, but I can pretty much guess, because it's like everything about how much you love your wife, pretty much. Like it's just such a love album. It is like Ben's having the best year of his life and he made an album about it. And it's just the coolest thing, because, you know, Ed Sheeran just made an album about losing family and going through friends having cancer and, you know, all this kind of stuff that's going on in his life. So it makes sense that you would do the opposite of that, which is essentially making a happy album and doing that kind of stuff. Did you ever kind of sit there and go, oh man, this is too corny. I can't really do this.
Yeah, all the time. And that's one thing that I really, really struggle with is when I write a song, I used to not care what everyone thinks. I used to just put it out there and it's like, you know what, this is how I feel. I'm going to go ahead and oh, sorry, Ben, do you make tracks for other artists? I do. Thanks, Nichelle. I love to make tracks with artists. But
Brooke is my homie.
oh, sorry,
She's-
Brooke. I read
yeah.
Michelle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll get into that in a second. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, but oh my gosh, what was the question again? I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Just like making love albums. Are you ever kind of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
man, this is corny. This is way
Yeah.
too much.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you for that reminder. So yeah, I used to not really care. I was like, this is how I feel when I put in the song because like that's how I'm gonna express myself in the song. But then honestly, the more I get older, it's been funny. The more I get older, the more I actually do care about what people think, and especially like in a song, because like I don't want people to hear it and be like, oh, like that's interesting, or that's that wasn't very. He didn't put a lot of thought into that. So I really tried, like if I have like a really good idea, like oh, like her eyes make me smile, or her smile makes me smile. Okay, how can I say that just a little bit cooler? Like I want to make people be like, oh, that's an interesting way to say that.
Right. So Brooke came in a little bit later, is what she's trying to say, and she was asking, "Do you make tracks for other artists?" So let's talk about that for a little bit. You have your own studio now. Are you ghostwriting for people, or is that what we're talking about here?
Kinda. I mean, I've ghost written a couple times for a couple artists.
Mhm.
I work.
Anything we might know, or is it just kind of unknown artists at the moment?
I mean, so you are gonna hear some stuff. One of my best friends, his name is Bryson Jarrett. He's currently
He's amazing.
You've heard him.
Oh
Okay,
my
yeah.
god, he's amazing.
He's
You did
amazing.
it-
He's amazing.
It's one of my tracks. We're gonna play the track you did together, so it's one
Okay.
of my faves. So yeah, go ahead.
So me and Bryson, I mean, we haven't ghost written for anybody huge yet, but we've both ghost written for like artists that we really care about and that we're close to. So I've helped Bryson ghost write a couple songs as well. He's also helped me with a couple tracks. There's also an amazing artist currently living in Arizona. His name's Marks Connors.
Okay.
We also help each other out a lot. Like there's sometimes he's like, hey, I wrote this song, but your voice needs to be on it. And then like sometimes I write some
Damn.
music and I'm like, dude, you need to hop on the song. Like this is your song. In fact, there's a song that I'm writing with him right now that I honestly think would just be better if he took the whole song. And
fair.
then I have a couple.
That's pretty big. That's a big thing to do. I mean,
Yeah.
to understand your own limitations, what sounds better in certain tones, and that's an amazing skill and personality trait to have, because a lot of people write songs and you're just like, yeah, that's mine. But like you start getting into the music world and you're hearing like, well, half is a little bit much, but a lot of the big songs that Taylor Swift has done were written by other people. Like
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran wrote 4 of her biggest songs. Like, I'm like, what?
I know Ed Sheeran writes like everybody's songs. He's such a genius.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gold. I don't even know how he does it. And he was busking on the streets of Galway when I was living in Galway, Ireland. So it's like
Oh my gosh.
the things that we see in our lifetime and you don't realize. So I guess the next hold on, we got a lovely comment from Catherine.
That's my aunt. What's up, Kath?
Who's that? You said
That's my aunt. Yeah, that's my aunt. I
there
love
go.
you.
And Catherine. How's it going, Aunt Catherine? So the next song that I wanted to play is, it's probably predictable because I was kind of listening to it when you joined the stream when I was getting set up.
Okay.
But Lips on Mine is probably, out of everything that you've done, one of my favorite. Like it's like the top of the ranks. When I first started listening to music, Lips on Mine was the one that was just on loop until you started releasing this other stuff.
Okay.
And legitimately, it's just got a really great feel to it. So I'm gonna put this on, and then everyone that's watching, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're and the comments and everything. We'll get to those as well. But this is Lips on Mine.
There's something about this day to day, no expectation falling into my life. Yeah. And I like the fact that you're so independent. You can do it all on your own. Whoa. When I think about living in a world with you around, suddenly it all makes sense. If you're holding my hand, Got a couple dreams that we're chasing. You're my dream, you're say it. I wanna take your hand. Yeah, yeah. Let's turn down all the lights. It's you and me tonight. Put your lips on mine. Baby, kiss me slow. Can't breathe cause I'm up so high. Lose control with those angel eyes. Put your hips on mine. Baby, let's dance slow. Let me go, whoa. My, 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 my. Yeah, yeah. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my.
So Libby believes the same thing I do. So thank you, Libby, for seconding my opinions. That's awesome. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke is awesome listening to all the music as well. Great support. Yeah, I mean, that Lips on Mine song, tell me a little bit about it. Like you're obviously lusting after somebody. So is this around the time where you met your now wife? Or see, it's almost like I can just like timeline your whole experiences here. Now that I know your creative process is like, you met your wife now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Tell me a little bit about the song though. Go on.
So that song is so cool because I don't even know if Libby's watching this. I don't even know if she knows this, but I originally had those chords made in Portugal. So when I was living in Portugal, I wrote those chords. It's super simple. It's nothing much. It's boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Just 3 chords.
Yeah.
But I remember like playing that pattern. I was like, this is gorgeous. But I never wrote a song to it. I was like, I just couldn't think of anything at the time. And when I was living in Portugal, I was a missionary, so I wasn't really falling in love. And I think that's kind of why I was like, I want to write this in the future.
Right.
And so I was falling in love with my current wife, and I really wanted to surprise her because her birthday is right after Christmas. It's on January 5th, and she kind of gets shorted sometimes. You know, those like Christmas birthdays kind of get shorted. And so I was like, I got to do something special for her, and I just wanted to write a song. And I remember those chords that I had written in Portugal like 2 years prior. And I was like, dude, let me write a song to that. And so I was actually in St. George. I was with my guitar, and I was just like playing it. And then like the lips on mine. Just like, I just thought that was really catchy.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just about my wife. And the whole song just became about her. Like, I don't know if you noticed.
What's your wife's name?
Liberty.
Cool.
Liberty,
yeah. That's not Libby, is it?
So yeah, so Libby's kind of what she goes by, but her real name's Liberty.
Oh, okay. So your wife has said that it's her favorite song. Well,
Yeah.
crap, you could have said, I just figured that it was just somebody that was family. I didn't realize it was your wife.
No, you're good.
Well,
You're
Libby's like literally who all these songs are about. You could have told me the famous person is actually commenting as well. Okay. So Libby, thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking part and sharing your other half for this evening's events. And I can imagine that would be your favorite song now that I heard more about it. Shane, thank you for listening in, buddy.
Shane, how's it going?
Good stuff. Thanks for watching. So Lips on Mine really is just kind of like the beginning of a new chapter in your life. You met your amazing wife, and this was her Christmas present / birthday present.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, Shane says you're overdue with some collaboration there, my friend. So I'm glad that we're facilitating more collaboration here. So that's awesome. Let's make it happen, Shane. Let's hound him and make it happen, okay? So I'm going to kind of break away from my top 5 for a second, and I want to, while it's fresh in our mind, do What Are You Thinking? Because this is the one that you did with Bryson Jarrett, the person we've been speaking about previously, you collaborate with. So What Are You Thinking is, it's not that I love all your music, but it's not one of my faves. And the reason I say that is just because I'm just a You fan right now. So I'm kind of like, I was focused on You mostly, but his voice is really good. I actually sidetracked after hearing his voice and listened to a lot of his tracks as well. So this is a very interesting one because I think it's one of the first ones that you actually did a kind of a collaboration where there's another singer. So definitely listen out for that, guys. And we're going to give that a quick listen, okay? What are you thinking?
What do you think? Waking up in the morning. Only want my attention. Do you got what you wanted? Let me know your time. She's loving me. Yeah, you're already. Hey. When it's convenient.
Running a mile, yours like I'm something you want, but if you choose me, then it's goodbye to all those lovers that you're eating up on down days, 'cause I don't vibe it.
I don't need more of these breakdowns. What's keeping me up at night is you. What do you think? Waking up in the morning. Only want my attention. You got what you wanted. Let me know your time. She's loving me. Yeah, me already.
Okay, so it isn't my top 5, but it's definitely a banger of a tune. So it's like the just everything about it is just very collaborative, and I can feel the presence of him and you kind of working on something that's a banger, and it's really, really good. So for those who heard Bryson in this, he's such a different voice as well, which is so cool, because you hear people sing all the time, and sometimes they're so complimentary, you're almost getting lost in the duet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's really important that was the case, because you're both very good, talented artists, but very different at the same time. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I love the guitar in there as well. Like that, it's just
That meaty. Yeah.
yeah. It's very, very good. So, question for people who are watching: do you have a favorite song of Benjamin's, and what is it? So while we're waiting for those answers to come in, the next one is Pretty Hot Mess, right? So Pretty Hot Mess is one of those ones that I almost overlooked it, because it's not like in your, because Spotify does this weird like top streamed songs and all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And right now your top streamed songs are like basically everything that you're releasing. So it's like within days, it's all of a sudden it's trending. But Pretty Hot Mess is another one of those ones where you're just like, what is going on in this boy's mind today? Like it was. So tell me a little bit about this song.
So this is about the same girl that Sweet Lies is about. We got back together, funny enough, after Sweet Lies. And then yeah, so I won't go into that too much, but
Wow.
anyways, the day that she broke up with me over text, I was just, it's so funny that sometimes melodies just hit you. I was selling cars, and I was like out about to sell a car to somebody, and like all of a sudden just like the pardon my French, but you're a pretty hot mess. I was like, whoa. And like literally like mid sales, like, okay, you gotta hold on just a second. Whipped out my phone, pardon my French, but you're pretty hot. And then I actually I know.
I just like, so I work in car sales, so I can I would just love to see that. Like, excuse me 1 second while I 1 second. I know you really like this car. 1 second.
Yeah, he's probably wondering what the heck.
What is going on? Wow. So yeah, that's I just don't even know. I don't even know what to say to that, but that's pretty amazing.
No, I know.
So Ashley, I love you to death. You're amazing. This whole thing is happening because of Ashley. Her favorite track is Inches Away. Go figure. I mean, come on. No, I'm joking. No, legitimately, like Inches Away is like my jam in the car on the way to work all the time. So, and hold on, we got more. God, she's going hard at it. Oh, wait, here's a good one. Do you still sell cars? What's your day job?
I no longer sell cars. I loved car sales, but I was at the dealership so
You're about
much.
the only one that does. I'm just saying that out loud.
I actually, honestly, I really loved car sales. I was just at the dealership too much to make music. I literally told my boss, I love my boss, by the way. JJ, if you ever see this, you're the best boss I've ever had.
Wow, that's a
I
big statement.
I love that company. I have nothing bad to say except I couldn't make my music. So I had to quit. Currently I'm doing loans. I'm just a loan officer. And I just do that from 9 to 5. Then I come home. I do that from 9 to 5. I'm also going to school full time. And then
What are you
every
doing at
week,
school?
I'm going to business management.
Oh man, that's what I
Yeah.
did. God help us
Yeah.
all.
I know.
You're loan officer. Wow. This is
Yeah.
wow.
Nothing
See,
nothing fancy.
this is like America's Got Talent or something, you know. Oh yeah, I'm a loan officer, and then all of a sudden you just sing, and everyone's going, "What? He's a what? Why is he doing this? He's so good." Yeah, it's so funny. Auntie
Okay.
Catherine, hot mess.
This-
Good memories of us.
this
working
is
on that one
actually-
Saturday over our Sonic lunch. Awesome. I
If you
love
want to
that.
hear this story really quick, this is actually
Do
so
it.
funny. So when I was writing Pretty Hot Mess, my aunt, by the way, is super close to me. Like she's like my second mom. Always helped me grow
Awesome.
up.
I love that.
she texted me and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just making a song right now." It's when I was in the middle of producing Pretty Hot Mess. I lost my voice though. I was really sick the day I was producing the song.
Oh, okay.
So I had her come over. I had her get on the mic so I could hear how the melody was going to sound with the production and make sure it wasn't like going crazy. So actually the first person to ever sing Pretty Hot Mess was my aunt. And she just did
Wow.
it. She hopped on
There you
on
go.
the mic. She was saying it and she actually helped me write the last
Badass.
outro.
Look at that. Auntie
Pretty cool.
Catherine. Look at that. You know, there should be like some kind of a reference to her in like the creative process or something. You know, when it goes
Yeah.
multi-platinum and everything, you need to be able to go, you know, Auntie Catherine really was the
Yeah.
person that did this.
She
so.
helped me do this song.
Co-produced by Auntie Catherine. Ashley, we love you so much. You're just so awesome. Yes, I know I haven't seen it live. She makes me feel jealous all the time because of where I am in the world. But I'm just gonna have Ben come and see us over in Portland. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I would love that.
Are you at Salt? Is that where
That's
you're?
that's a community college. Right now I am.
You are? Very
Yeah.
nice. All right, there we go. And Ben has an awesome family. And his last show, he had like 20 people there that were just family. And he and Livy were so cute. Oh, wow. I
Thanks,
don't have any
Ashley.
sound effects for all, but yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. She's at SLCC as well. Oh my gosh, there we go. We're getting all the the college students on here. That's awesome.
There we go.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. And you know, family's where it's at, dude. You get a lot of support from your family. And you know, when I first started talking to you, you were mentioning there are days and moments where you kind of you're making the music, but you don't know if it's reaching anyone, and it's just kind of like, should I keep doing this like in this way and all this kind of stuff? Like, how do you deal with those moments? Like, I mean, I can't imagine you not making music. Let's put it that way. So I'm not just being nice because you're on the show. I'm legitimately saying this because you have an awesome talent. So how do you deal with those kind of emotions? Are you have amazing families that they just like, stop talking your nonsense?
Honestly, I am very blessed to have the best supporters on my side because there are definitely hard days. Like, and I was talking to my wife about this the other day. Just I was getting kind of distraught because I almost feel like I've been going backwards. Because, like I told you, my first song that I ever released when I was going to Full Fidelity, and I was in high school, got on Discover Weekly, and so I had like 50,000 listeners when I was in high school. And then since the years that's gone down all the way down to like 700 was like the low of the low.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's starting to climb back up. Now it's kind of up to like 4,000. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. That's my goal. But
Right.
anyways, there's some days that it's just like, dang, like I'm releasing all these songs. Like, are people actually listening? Do people actually care? It's hard for me because the problem with a good support system is that you almost start to think that they're just doing it because they love you and not because they actually like your music.
Right. Yeah, we
You know?
we kind of touched on that when we first were chatting because
Yeah.
you start thinking that all your plays are family taking care of you because they love you, kind of thing. But you know, it's reality that, you know, while Ashley is kind of in your area, goes to SLCC and all that kind of stuff, both of us have an amazing love for music, and music is what kind of drives our want and desire to create this podcast and do more, you know, encompassing that. And you have a great talent, and it's why, you know, artists like yourself that are kind of feeling that need to have a bit of love from the rest of the world and community, because I hashtag this all the time. Music isn't dead, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's dead, but it's not. So, and you're proof that it's not. So don't be jaded by it. Ashley's going hard at it over here. Hold on one second. He lives for music and his wife. That's true based off of what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
And Forevermore changed that. It has so many plays, and we're going to play that in just a bit, but it's true. Like I said this before we started, it went like I was going to work and it had 7,000 or whatever it was. And then it just went up another 400 or 500. And you're like, what is going on? It's awesome. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yes, Ashley, you go and scream your lungs out and have some fun at karaoke. Thank you so much for joining. And if there's any more comments or anything, you're amazing. Thank you so much. So Pretty Hot Mess, we're going to do a little bit of that, and then we'll get into the next amazing song. It's just like there's unending amazing songs. Here we go. Pretty Hot Mess. About this girl that we don't want to talk about anymore after this, right? It's all about Libby after this, right?
Yeah.
Pardon my French, but you're a pretty hot mess, doing things out of spite to keep a girl overseas. No, I don't really know how to explain it. You're the type of girl who ruins perfect. Oh no, she's from Utah County. In the summertime, look like Aphrodite. She goes inside your mind and tells you what you like and fills you up just to leave you empty. Cause I'm losing, am I foolish? I still wanna play. One girl, right time, it's all inside my mind, all inside my mind, all inside my mind. Pardon my French, but you're a pretty hot mess, doing things out of spite to keep a girl overseas. No, I don't really know how to explain it. You're the type of girl who ruins perfect, yeah.
I just love that lyric. You're the kind of girl that ruins perfect. If that's not like, seriously, hey, I wrote this song for you. Oh, wow. Can I listen to it? Yeah, sure. Just I need to leave first.
I will leave.
You're
Eminent.
the kind of girl that ruins perfect. Wow. All righty. I don't know who this girl is, but God bless her. She's got some explaining to do. So we're getting into the nitty gritty stuff now. And this is by far, okay. So I'm going to do my second favorite first, and then I'm going to do my favorite, and then we'll get into your new track.
Okay.
My second favorite right now is Lonely. And I want you to explain a little bit about Lonely, because you talk about sadness and invoking these emotions when you're writing these songs, and Lonely is one of those songs that makes me feel you're trying to resonate with the community that has mental health and all that kind of stuff. So, and it also comes from that place that you were just talking about, where you're your own worst enemy. You're kind of thinking everyone isn't giving a crap about you, and it's really not the case. And you're just kind of, it's like that inner reflection. So tell me a little bit about that whole creative process for that song.
So Lonely is a song that I hold so close to my heart, because you don't have to have depression to feel lonely surrounded by people that you love. And one thing that I really wanted to like reach out and tell people is, of course, depression is a real thing. I don't have depression, and I can't even imagine what people go through with that. Like I know that it's killing people, and it's so hard, and I'm blessed to not have that. But my brother has it. A lot of my people in my family have it. I know they struggle really bad with it. I also just wanted to make a song, for the people that are struggling with that, but also for the people that just are going through a really bad time. To the people that, like, you're not lonely. You have your family, you have your friends around you, you're at a party, and like you're surrounded by those that love you, but like, why am I so sad? Like, why can't I get the happy emotions out of me? And for a long time, I would say that I'm more sad than I am happy, but I try to fake it. And I don't know why. Like I'm like really trying to just, there's no reason to be sad. Let me get over that. And so like writing Lonely was kind of my therapy, you could say, for that. Like I remember I had my guitar in my hand and I was just playing it like crazy. And I think my favorite lyrics are the first verse. Yeah. The first verse, especially when it's like, hold up, in my own home. Yeah, in my own home, I'm a stranger to these walls because my head's gone.
Yeah.
I remember like just being in my own house, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, why don't I feel like myself? And so
they're amazing lyrics, dude. Like, legitimately, it's one of the songs that really, when it came out, I listened to it because we were talking about doing this, and also I get alerts every time you release a song, so I'm like, oh my god, new song.
Yes. I'm so glad you get the
new one. Woo! All right, cool. So I listened to this, and I didn't like. First of all, Lonely. I'm thinking, okay, this isn't going to be upbeat, so let's prepare ourselves for this journey to work today. So I listened to it, but dude, the lyrics just like are unbelievable. Like it's just, it cuts deep. Like if you're in that emotion, okay, you've gone through this. We've talked about breakups. When you break up with someone and you listen to the radio, although radio is almost dead at this point because of all the streaming services.
Yeah.
Like, but you listen to the radio, and for some weird reason, the DJ just loves to play breakup songs when you've had a breakup or something that, oh my God, that's the song that and you're like, damn it, that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. But yeah, it's that, but it's so much more. And I mean, for those who haven't heard it, we're going to listen to a little bit of it, but like legitimately it just resonates so much because I'm a huge advocate for mental health. I myself suffer a little bit from depression, not as much as many, but depression is one of those things that's come out of COVID as okay to have. Like, it's okay to be not okay. And so it's important that people kind of resonate with the message here, because it is that thing that you're saying. Like, you're lonely, but you're not alone.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to kind of lean on these people that are around you, kind of thing. So
exactly.
It's awesome. So now that we've sombered up the mood a little bit, let's listen to Lonely and see what everyone thinks.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sitting here lonely by people who love me, and it's all in my head. I'm fine on the outside, but I'm screaming up inside. I'm lost, I need help. Never thought I'd be the one to say that I'm lonely, lonely, lonely. Oh, I'm so lonely, lonely, lonely. But it's all in my head, it's gone. Frostbite settles in a little bit, but I'm not cold in my own home. I'm a stranger to these walls, 'cause my head's gone. Lying through my teeth that I'm living happily, oh can you tell? Can you hear my cry for help? So sick of living through my smile, all of the lies that I tell myself. Try to get by, but I need your help. While I'm going through this, I'm sitting here lonely. By people who love me, and it's all in my head.
I mean, I adore the song. I adore the lyrics. I love that it's got a beat to it, because if it was like Coldplay, I'd probably be crying right now.
Yeah.
But it's got a beat to it a little bit, and you're just saying, hey, I'm sitting here lonely and I don't know why. Like, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, just kind of ending the subject of mental health, because it can get dark and this is not the mood we want to have. It is important that most people who suffer from depression are trying to figure out why they're feeling that way. So
Yeah.
it's a big deal. So Lonely is amazing, but the one that I absolutely cannot stop playing is Inches Away. Like, it is just, what is going on? Like, you just made it so it's impossible not to listen to that song. It's like platinum stuff. Like, that should be #1 in the charts. It's just amazing. Ashley, speaking of upbeat, we need another one of those. You and Holloway says, I've only put out sad shit lately.
I know.
Oh, calling you out, man. Calling
I
you
know.
out.
I'm getting mega called out.
Called out. Well, you know, sometimes, you know, it's like the mood, right? You just
Yeah.
kind of but hey, what can you do, right? It's just it's just what's releasing. I know you're working on some amazing stuff, so I'm looking forward to what's coming. But tell me a little bit about Inches Away, because Inches Away is just like dynamite. Like, it is just like, dude, like, seriously. Like, whatever you're feeling, I know it's about your wife, Libby, by the way. It is about you. But I love the fact that it coincides with a reel, which those of you who want to go and look at this reel, it is worth it. Go look up Benjamin Taylor, find him on Spotify. All his reels are on Spotify as well. It is absolutely awesome. He's on YouTube. This reel is so funny. It's you walking in going, hey, what should I make today? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, cool. And it's just like this montage of you just doing this weird, like, musical stuff nobody understands. And then all of a sudden it's this song. Like, what?
So, Inches Away was, funny enough, the easiest song I've ever produced. It was so fun, and it was so easy, and it was just the best experience ever. I was really inspired. There's one song that I've always loved to death, is Hold On, We're Going Home by Drake. It's like one of my favorite songs of all time. It's like a non-skippable song. If that song comes on, you're listening to that song.
Yeah, right.
And like, I just, that song, you can't really hear any of the chords in it. It's just a lot of kind of bass and a steady like disco beat with Drake on it. And then there's also, I don't know if you've heard of Fiji Blue. He's one of my favorite like single artists as well. He's awesome. And he does a lot of those like disco kind of single beats and just sings over it. And so I was like, you know what? I need to do like a song with just single beat. And I love the piano. I'm a piano player. So I hopped on the piano. I just played the jazziest chords I could find. I just went, you know, and I played it. I looped it on my DAW, and I just sat there for a little bit. And I sat there and I was like, okay. You are, and it just came out. It was crazy.
Dude, awesome stuff. It is really, really amazing. I'm gonna play it because nobody understands what we're talking about unless they've heard the song. So Inches Away, everybody. Here we go.
You got something to want. I would die for your love. I would die for your love. You are something to adore. I would die for your love. I would die for your love. Yeah. Palm trees, all pink skies right in front of me. It's a real good thing with a real good girl with a real good feeling. I don't want to leave. So we started off friends. She made me laugh. I would go home thinking where she at. We were going slow, but it goes so fast. And I was never one for that story romance, but her goal was like this. Late night, stuck into a red light, never turned green, so she came over to my side. Her eyes looking down on my lips, never felt like this. Every time I get lost in emotions, the world starts spinning just for the day. Every time we get closer and closer, heaven's just 3 inches away.
Dude, like seriously, how can anyone listen to that and not bop their head? That is like that is gold. Like you need to replicate that shit. That is amazing. Like I'm just saying right now. My favorite song, unskippable, on repeat, 24/8.
Thanks, Breda.
Okay. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I agree 100%, Breda. Thank you for watching. It's insane, dude. Like what are you doing to me over here? You're just like, yeah, man, this is what I'm talking about. I'm listening to this every day. Yes, I know what number one song should be. Okay, all right.
Oh, I think she's nice. Hey, Tasha.
Is she saying that she doesn't agree what my number one song should be?
I think she's thinking it should be something else. That's my sister-in-law.
Okay, Tasha, tell me. Well, so I sort of agree that Forevermore, which is his new single, is climbing the streaming like crazy. So if you're referring to Forevermore, I think that's the wedding song of the century right now, if I'm being honest. But Tasha, tell me what your favorite song is. Now I'm interested. Now you've piqued my interest. We're gonna hang on tightly. House Made of Love. House Made of Love.
That just made my day. I think that song gets so overlooked.
I am so interested right now. Hold on a second. I'm now going to look
Have
this
you
up.
heard that song?
No, I have. I've heard every one of your songs, but now I'm thinking, which one is that? Like, because, you know, we talk about these songs all the time, and then I'm okay, here we go.
I got a bunch of questions I could ask you what day. Sometimes I know the answer, but I ask in a way. The more I get to know you, the more I think that I wanna stay. But if I stole some flowers from the neighbor's front yard, just to make you smile, cause right now times are hard, you'd tell me something, darling, for only yet a pocket of change. Let's say I was poor, but I gave my best for you. Would you walk out the door? Or would you hold on to? Say I was poor, but I loved you just for you. Would you love me too? And we could live rich in a house made of love.
Okay, Tasha, you win. Jesus Christ. I'm not like completely fully bilingual in I don't even know what to call it. In this amazing artist that's sitting in front of me. Like, you obviously are very well versed in every one of his songs. And yes, I have heard this song, and you are correct. It is very overlooked. It is, again, it's that album, dude. It's that Love album. You've got some amazing songs on there that some people just overlook because it's a Love album, and some people aren't in the mood for love always, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to work and, you know, but then all of a sudden you're going inches away, like, damn, okay, I'm in the mood for 3 inches away. That's cool, you know. It's just, I don't know, dude. It's but Tasha, fair play to you. That is a great song. I love it as well. You're right. Forevermore, though, for me, I personally think you need to send that to every wedding organizer, planner, you name it. They are gonna like, every time you post this anywhere, it needs to be hashtag weddings or love or something, because this song is like, I've not seen, like, I've watched all your tracks as they've been released since we started chatting and before, and every one of them has kind of trended pretty similar. Like, you know, couple weeks, got a few thousand, all this, whatever. This is just like, I can look away for a couple of hours and come back and there's 700 listens. Like,
Yeah.
so tell me about Forevermore, because is this, obviously it's about Libby, but like, is there something that kind of spurred this one to be created?
Yeah. So me and Libby have the exact same taste of music, which is awesome. Like having the same taste of music with your wife is fun. But we both love Novo More. We both love Lainey. We both love Justin Bieber. We both love Omar Apollo. And so, Lips on Mine came out on Libby's birthday, and I really wanted to make her another song for her birthday coming out this year, right? And so it was
Oh.
like November, December, something like that. She was studying. She's in nursing school. She was super busy. I was in the studio, and I just grabbed my guitar. I instantly added like a really cool delay to it, kind of like Novo More does. If you've listened to like Carry You, that's a really good example. And I just started playing, like, as you know, the guitar in Forevermore. I was like, this is like really pretty. And I've made it a goal in my new music, the music I start to release going forward, to really push my vocal limits. I don't like, that's why in Inches Away, I go every time, like I go high.
Dude,
Like,
that
because
is no, you've got me forcing myself to do that in the car. That's how you do it. Like, I'm in the car trying to do that, and I'm like, I hope no one else is hearing this right now, but
No.
you can't help but not sing along. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
great tune. But yeah, Forevermore is just, I love that you're trying to stretch your limits as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
yeah.
big deal. Like, everyone is, sometimes it's staying in your comfort zone and all this, but stepping outside your comfort zone is, not that I watch a lot of these American Idols and all that kind of stuff, but when it is on, you hear the coaches go, you got to step outside your comfort zone and stretch those limits. And, yeah, I don't know who that was, because I'm crap at impressions, but it could have been any one of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
So this next one is Forevermore. It is your latest track, and I encourage everyone to give this a listen after, but definitely this, we're going to give you a taster right now. It is one of those tracks that I don't think, all of that whole Love album is just amazing, but this is just something special. And knowing that it's another present wrapped in a little bow for your wife again, it adds to the symbolism and everything about it. And I love that about you, that you use this talent that you have to create for those that you love. So this is Forevermore, latest track by Benjamin Taylor. Definitely go check it out. Go check out Benjamin Taylor regardless, because the guy's amazing. You've been listening to him all evening, but this is just diamond. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know how you fell into my arms. I waited all these years, but I'd wait 1,000 more. And I don't know how you built a world for us. Every time I open the door, I fall in love over again, over again. How do you do what you do to me? Oh, my love, don't you let go. I've been lost forevermore.
Yeah, dude, it is a great single. Everything you create is amazing. Like, Ashley hit the nail on the head earlier. We just like it when they're upbeat. That's just,
Yeah. That's that's okay.
But, it's your preferences that are upbeat. But everything you create is amazing, dude. You're so talented. It's crazy.
Thank you so much.
I have a question. Big question of the day, right?
Okay.
If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
I used to say like a year ago, probably John Mayer. But as of this moment, right now, I would say the Kid Leroy.
Wow. You know, I
Mhm.
pegged you for John Mayer. I was like in my head, John Mayer, John Mayer, John Mayer, John
Yeah.
Mayer. But like, yeah, I mean, it's reality, dude. This guy is amazing. He's a songwriter, and same kind of music. I don't know. I kind of want you to feature in like a rap song or something. I don't know. It's just like I said this to you. I text you and I was like, dude, you need to get like in this grungy kind of mood.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot.
I'm itching to see that. I just want to see a new dimension to you a little bit, because I know that you have it in you, because I heard this Sweet Lies, and then Pretty Hot Mess was kind of like, yeah. I know there's a mean streak in you somewhere. We just need to like dig it up a little bit and maybe have
Yeah.
but
Really.
I love the up tempo stuff. I love everything that you're creating. Is there anything we need to be watching out for in the future?
Yeah, I mean, my plan is to release a single a month this entire year. So another song coming out in February, another song out in March.
Wow.
Fun fact, me and Bryson, the one that I released, What Are You Thinking With, have an absolute banger coming out. We're planning in May that we're hoping will go absolutely crazy. Like way better than What Are You Thinking? Very catchy.
How do you do that? Like, how do you not release it when you know it's a banger? Like, you just want to be like, now I want to hear it now.
We just it just has to do with like, at least it's a lot more fun to listen to a banger when it's a
Yeah.
banging mood. You know, like
Right,
if
right,
it's like
right.
May, it's like the weather's getting warmer. It's like, you know what? It's Windows downtime. It's time to release a freaking banger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so like right now, what's funny is I kind of like try to match the seasons. So like in February and March, they're gonna be the next one on release is gonna be kind of groovy, kind of fun. It's gonna be upbeat. It's not gonna be like Forevermore. There's one song that I'm crazy excited about that's probably gonna come out in like October this year. That's probably my favorite song I've ever written.
Okay.
I'm really excited about that one
Well,
as
damn,
well.
now you got me excited, dude.
I think you might not love this one actually. It's for the people that like House Made of Love and Forevermore. It's a
That's
chill
not
one.
fair. I like to House Made of Love and Forevermore. Don't be like that. Just because I didn't make it my
You'll
top
like
five.
it, but yeah, it's not like
Just
Into It.
because
It's
I
no
didn't make my top five. Oh, dude. Oh, now I feel like I've offended you or something. It's like,
No,
Forevermore is
no.
amazing, dude. It's what are you talking about? Just because I didn't make it my top five. I do most of my listening, being a parent, for those who are parents right now, in my car. So,
Yeah.
I kind of, the last thing I want to do, is feel depressed sitting in traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
I
like,
get it. I get it. I get it.
I do
I
listen
was
to this. I
actually-
do listen to all this stuff. Today, I will tell you, it was on repeat. Like, I just had Benjamin Taylor playing all day in my office,
Wow.
like all day. Like, so there was,
That's awesome.
unfortunately, I was walking in and out of the office, but every time I walked in the office, I was like, oh yeah, I like this song. No. Yeah, just kind of getting on with whatever I'm doing. But amazing stuff, dude. I'm super proud of you for everything you've accomplished thus far. I know your family is too. Keep doing what you're doing. It's been an amazing pleasure to have you on the show today. And thank you everyone for watching. This has been an amazing premiere of Untouched Melodies. There's going to be another amazing artist next week. And just so you're kind of all on the same page. So we have done some collaborative musical stuff. So in that, we have the Rhythmic Realm, which is going to be a musical magazine type community based thing where we're going to put all of our favorite songs, artists, reviewing concerts, photos, you name it. That is also backed by SLC Rock Renaissance, where Mr. Benjamin Taylor is currently located, and spearheaded by my amazing friend Ashley. And so that's all kind of wrapped in a bow, tied into this lovely Untouched Melodies podcast. So you'll see a lot of those amazing artists that we post about on SLC Rock Renaissance and the Rhythmic Realm, and hopefully more and more as we grow, because our goal is just to keep supporting creative artists and people that are trying to just get noticed, because this is it's not an easy game anymore. Everyone has a YouTube channel now. It's like my cousin has a Twitch channel that has like 50,000 viewers. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what the hell? Just playing Fortnite. I'm like, what? Okay, anyway. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been an amazing pleasure. As I said, Benjamin Taylor is going to have another song out in February. But until then, you've got Forevermore, you've got Inches Away, you got Pretty Hot Mess, you got What Are You Thinking, and you've got an entire album called She Loves Me that if you're feeling like you want to feel loved, Benjamin's going to serenade you into that belief without any issues whatsoever. So thank you again, everyone. We'll be back again next week. Be safe.
This is brought to you by Unscripted Productions. Thanks for being a part of the journey, and be sure to follow us for more info to get new episodes and more great content. And of course, rate this show on your favorite podcast listening platform and leave us a 5-star review. See you here next time.